Hello, welcome back. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing now for this game, so here's a little history. London in the 19th century, a time of industrial revolution, rapid change and bleak oppression of the working classes. Relive the memories of the twin assassins, Jacob and EVIE FRYE, as they build a gang of rooks to take down the Blighters, overthrow the Templars, and save the people of London. Complete gold memories to progress through the story. Red conquest activities to take over London's boroughs, and grey income activities to buy upgrades for the rooks. Each memory will reward you with money, weapons, and gear you can use to customize Jacob and EVIE. You will also earn skill points to unlock new skills to level up, as EVIE and Jacob make the journey from initiates to master assassins. Alright, here's some database encyclopedia. We got some people, some allies. EVIE FRYE. Date of birth 9th November 1847. EVIE FRYE was born 4 minutes before her brother, Jacob, and she never let him forget it. She was fierce from the moment she gasped and kicked her way into life, shattering the peaceful silence of a gracious country home. Jacob and EVIE's mother, Cecily, died in childbirth. She was the only daughter of an English steelworks manager based in the Rhondda Valley in South Wales. Her mother was of Welsh stock. Their father, Ethan, accepted his mother-in-law's offer to raise the children until the age of 6. He then took charge of their upbringing at his home in Crawley. Her father raised EVIE and her brother to join the assassin order. Well, hold on here. Just so right. Her father raised EVIE and her brother to join the assassin order. It was a dangerous time for the assassins in England, as the Templars tried to extend their stranglehold on London to the surrounding countryside. EVIE was studious and technical. She gravitated toward the more theoretical and organizational parts of the organization. She specialized in research with a side interest in pieces of Eden. Ethan instilled in his children a strong sense of social duty, the idea that the assassins should help the people be free rather than solely act as agents to take down oppressive forces. While Jacob rebelled against his father's schooling, EVIE relished his lessons. His teachings became a cornerstone of EVIE's personal creed. Her first assassination was a mill owner who was abusing and refusing to pay his staff. The incoming owner, a member of the Brotherhood, improved conditions greatly. EVIE is valued among the assassins for her thoughtful planning, her ability to solve problems, and her ability to see the human side of any equation. Now we move on to Jacob here. He's born on the same day, November 9th, 1847. Jacob was born, the younger FRYE twin, to a schoolmaster and his young wife, both assassins. His mother, Cecily, died giving birth after being cared for by their grandmother until the age of 6. Jacob and EVIE were taken into the family home at Crawley. A forward thinker, Ethan FRYE raised his children steeped in assassin heritage, every night educating them in the ways of the assassins and the world. EVIE soaked up this knowledge. Jacob paid far less attention to his father's lessons and gradually came to resent them. EVIE was always the good student, but Jacob was the athlete. He heard and obeyed the tenets of the creed and the instructions of the assassin brotherhood, but inside he was pure chaos, waiting for a chance to unleash his potential. While EVIE dutifully practiced with her father, Jacob took to wild explorations late at night of the dark factories and gambling dens of Crawley and beyond. With his father's death, Jacob was finally free of his obligation as a small-town watchman. Notorious as the second-best assassin in the London suburbs, after EVIE of course, he was ready to face his destiny in the big city. Yeah. There's that guy, we gotta kill him. George Westhouse, born on the 30th April 1820. George Westhouse grew up working in an old mill by the river in Crawley, and the monotonous labor wore him down like the grain he crushed under the millstone. That's right, I can be poetic. One day, Ethan FRYE rescued him from robbers along the riverbank. A spark of adventure awoke in him, and he abandoned his post, joining the assassins. He ran missions with Ethan FRYE and Cecily, taking his orders from the two of them, and slowly learned to fight. He was paired with the precocious FRYE twins on missions. Once Ethan died, he became the senior planner, higher ranking, at least in spirit, and assigned to orchestrate their memories. All I can say is good luck. Present day. People. Bishop. Don't know when they were born or who. Bishop. Here's the thing, and it's a thing that quite annoys me. I don't know anything about Bishop. A few years back, Rebecca and I stumbled upon a hacker. Yeah, we stumbled upon a hacker. Collective calling themselves the Initiates. They built an impressive little network and had been spying on assassins and the Templars alike for years. A few of them even managed to infiltrate an assassin's cell. I gave them a rousing speech, as I often like to do, and managed to convince them to join our side. Just like that, a new assassin network was born. I was kind of under the impression that Rebecca and I would be responsible for them. Is finders keepers one of the tenets of the creed? Maybe it should be. But along comes William Bloody Miles, who simply said, "This is Bishop, and she's in charge of the Initiates now." And that's what it's like with grumpy old Bill. You know, he just kind of tells you how it's going to be. So that's how I met Bishop. I know what she does. She's kind of a central controller and dispatcher for assassins around the world. She makes sure that when a Templar pops their head up, an assassin is waiting to cut it off. Or if there's a new set of genetic memories to synchronize, she finds us a helpful soul like you to help synchronize them. Which is all well and good, but I still don't know who she is. and quite frankly, I'm loath to admit it drives me batshit crazy. I joined the assassins by uncovering the greatest conspiracy theory known to man, and yet I can't find anything on this woman. Everyone's got a theory. Gavin thinks she's former CIA. My friend Harlan thinks she's a defector from Eruditul, or whatever, another hacker collective that no one's heard from in a while. Rebecca tells me that she actually knows the truth, but promised not to tell me. Pinky swore. Now we got Isabel Arden. She was born in 1969, October 4th. So she's still alive today, I guess. Isabel Arden, maiden name Chu, was born in Hong Kong and moved to the United Kingdom to attend the University of Cambridge, where she studied computer science. Isabel was the first woman to be recruited into Abstergo Industries by its Young Innovators program. She started as a digital archivist and worked her way up through the ranks, eventually securing her position as the operations executive for the Historical Research Division. Broadly speaking, her team manages and archives Abstergo's primary resources, genetic memories. She collects them from all the branches of the company and makes them available to one another. For example, when Lineage Research and Acquisition obtained Subject 17's genetic memories, it was Isabel who made sure that entertainment had access to them to create virtual entertainment features. Getting her hands on all of Abstergo's research meant that it didn't take long for the Templar Order to notice her. They appreciated her meticulous nature and brought her into their inner sanctum so that she could guard their most valuable secrets. Which, let's be real, hasn't really worked out that great for them. Feels like they can't go 6 months without... Holy Jesus. They can't go 6 months without getting hacked. Now we got Rebecca Crane. Born February 3rd, 1984. One key reason Rebecca is so great is that she traded a life of extreme sports for a life of intellectual pursuits. Rebecca might have been an Olympian if it weren't for her deep love of comical cigarettes and doobies, apologies for the technical jargon here and there, and a nasty broken leg. No doubt obtained by doing something utterly Crane-like, like falling out of a helicopter into an avalanche or trying to drive a jet ski through a tornado while eating a tofu burger. While recuperating, she taught herself to code and found her true calling as a maker of things. She provides tech support for assassins in the field. She creates and maintains our gear, even going so far as to create our own version of the Animus, which she named Baby. Did I mention she enjoys recreational substances? Don't sass me, you can't even make a cup of fucking coffee. Beck swears too much. Yeah, Beck swears too much. Has a very easygoing nature, but she's lost friends along the way. Clay, Lucy, Desmond. Assassins rarely retire, if you know what I mean. But she's never thought once about giving up. And I'm proud to say that she's my very best friend in the world. Ah. However, she's bloody annoying and a vegetarian. So you can imagine how easy that makes finding food while we're on assignment. Death could be upon us at any minute, but oh dear, we must always procure bits of tree in order to sustain Rebecca. And you ruined it. Here's your punishment. Shawn's birthday is the 16th of November, 1985. Not cool, Bex, and I happen to think I look quite good for my age. And we go to this Shawn Hastings. Date of birth. How rude. It shall never be revealed. Never. I am your humble database scribe, a wordsmith. My name is Shawn Hastings, and I'm an assassin, like you, though a little better. And like most of you, I wasn't born into it. I wasn't raised to join the Brotherhood. As a brash, inquisitive, and dare I say it, handsome young lad, I was obsessed with conspiracy theories and the unexplained. I started digging into the nasty bits of Abstergo Industries, of which there are legion, and attempted to play whistleblower. Freedom of information. Huzzah. But all that got me was an appointment with the Templar Death Squad. Translation? Shawn found a millennia-old conspiracy that reached the highest levels of power imaginable, and thought the best idea ever would be to shout and wave at it. Or shout and wave it around. Lucky for me, I was saved from certain death by the technological witchcraft of one Rebecca Crane. She brought me into the Assassins, and I've been here improving their lives, making entertaining shit, chat, and boosting morale ever since. Translation, all I do for the Assassins is build shit and save Shawn's life. I've mostly served as a historian and analyst for field agents. I have a gift for organization. You see, I'm able to see patterns and connections. As such, the Assassins would be lost without me, and they'd all be saying historian instead of a historian, and I'd probably explode. Historian. Yeah, but I'm much more than two wonderful forearms, an enormous brain, two twinkly eyes, and a talent for grammar. I've been trained by our grumpy mentor, William Miles himself, and I've become a bona fide field agent. I take great joy in striking at the Templars whenever and however I can. I've infiltrated Abstergo Entertainment. I blew up a Templar lab. I'm really very impressive, if I do say so myself. You may think I'm an arrogant bastard, but that's only because I'm smarter than you, and this one time I helped save the entire planet from a massive solar flare. But I hear you're shit hot at video games and can walk upright, so well done you. You should be very proud. Well, thank you. Oh shit. What the hell is this? Miscellaneous. Now we go to the miscellaneous stuff. Abstergo.